Thank You for Smoking is a 2005 comedy drama film based on the 1994 novel of the same name.
What? I mean, I'm all ears here.
This is where I work, the Academy of Tobacco Studies.
Directed by Jason Reitman, the film follows Big Tobacco's chief spokesperson, Nick Naylor, and the turmoil that he faces between his lobbyist career and trying to remain a role model for his 12-year-old son. If there's one thing Nick Naylor has surplus of, it's hubris. Throughout the film, various aspects of filmmaking help emphasize this. Bar several shots, Naylor is always placed direct center or slightly off to the right-hand side of the shot. This shows how absorbed he is in his own world, that he must always be at the center of things. As for the right-hand side, this is a suggestion towards his political views. Being a tobacco lobbyist and spin doctor, there's very little chance of him being a socialist. Additionally, when Naylor's son is delivering his spin tactic speech, he is in direct center.
Well, if it's your job to be right, then you're never wrong.
Midway through the film, there is a scene where Naylor takes his son to a carnival, and during so teaches him to spin arguments. This scene is set in a carnival, showing that to Naylor, his entire philosophy and life is all fun and games. Both of these examples show that Naylor feels as though he is untouchable, and that life is just a big game for him, though he was proven wrong. Narrative. Throughout the film, Naylor constantly breaks the fourth wall to provide exposition.
I mean, there's Attila, Genghis, and me, Nick Naylor, the face of cigarettes, the Colonel Sanders of nicotine. Is she implying that I could have just as easily not?
This narration is often accompanied by flashbacks and fantasies.
Polly quickly developed a tolerance usually reserved for Irish dockworkers. In our world, she's the woman that got the Pope to endorse red wine.
This further shows the delusion of the character, and how he lives in a fantasy world. If the parts presented in first person are deluded, then so is the character delivering them.
I have a bachelor's in kicking ass and taking names. You know that guy who can pick up any girl? I'm him, on crack.